Hey guys, you should avoid doing these mistakes in 2026 in your career. And the fourth one is very important, so stay tuned till the end. Based on the data, I have consolidated 4 mistakes which you need to avoid in 2026. So let's dive in one by one in this video. First mistake to avoid: not having a passion. Yes, you heard me right. Not having a passion is a mistake in 2026. So passion will give you a sense of direction and purpose, and that will help you to grow in your career and overcome the obstacles. If you don't have passion, you will not go beyond your work to solve the problem. In 2026, solving the problem is everything. So having a passion will motivate you to learn new things and help you to understand the subject very deeply and help you to grow in your career, since it will motivate you to learn and expand your knowledge, and it will expand your curiosity on learning new things. So the passion is very important in this point. So let me ask you a scientific question, and if your answer is no, that means you don't have passion in your work. Do you love your job? If yes, you are in the right path. But if your answer is no, then you have to find a passion. Passion towards work is going to develop very early in the stage of our lives. So it's like if you seeing our parents doing a job, we tend to follow that same path. For example, if our parents is a doctor, we tend to become a doctor. If our parents is a lawyer, we tend to become a lawyers. If your parents are entrepreneurs, then you tend to become an entrepreneur, right? So, and passion comes from various sources. We need not always take inspiration from our parents. Sometimes the inspiration comes from good books or good content which you are consuming, or even a good objects or a technology which we are using in our early stage of our lives. For example, Sundar Pichai used telephone, and it cemented his passion towards technology and ignited the curiosity to explore the technology, and it helped him to go to Silicon Valley to fulfill his dream. So passion can come from many sources. So if you are a parent, ensure your kid is consuming a right content and having a right environment where they can take more inspiration from. Passion will put your brain into a flow state that will improve your productivity, and you will be able to perform. Second mistake to avoid: changing the job in 2026 is a big gamble which you're going to take, right? So why am I saying this? So some research says to get a better job in 2025 was at least 24 months away. So I will not go into deep into the research, but you can refer to ARK Invest Cathy Wood Employee Friday videos, where she explains very elaborately how the employment landscape is changing. So I strongly recommend you to watch that videos. Actually, she does it every month, so that is very informative, very helpful for you to understand how the landscape is changing, not just in US, but mostly the other economists follow same trend as well. So yeah, if you are considering changing job in 2026, I highly recommend to use our tool MHUTS.com for career coaching, which will help you to brainstorm to make a right decision on your career. Third mistake to avoid: migrating to new countries. So in 2026, as you know, the world is becoming a very hostile place, and And the better option is to stay in the country where you're born and brought up and serve that country at least for 5 years or more, build your savings, and then only you think about moving to another country for education or a new employment. Because it economically and emotionally it doesn't make any sense to migrate to a new country, which will be a very challenging task. And also with the current environment where there is a lot of war situation going across the world, you don't know the circumstances there, and you will not have any network where help can reach you. So yeah, I know this is a controversial, but with the best interest of everyone, I think it's better to stay in the country where we are born and brought up and serve that country and build your saving corpus in that country. I think that will be better option than switching the job in a new country, right? But yeah, there is always a but if your employer is sponsoring you a visa for a new country and there's a work continuation, so probably you can go in that route. However, ensure that it is a short-term role and you have always pathway to come back. And also you should also consider should you take your family kids to a new country, because children's education will be discontinued, like it will be like different syllabus from one country to another country, and for them it will be much more impactful because they will lose their friends, their syllabus, and there won't be a continuation of their childhood memory. So I think it's better to take that decision and then move forward. I know this video was a little bit intense, and then it was challenging all the notions which we had on career and job changing, but at least this is a landscape which is changing very fast, and please consider a right option which will work in this moment. I also invite you to use MHUTS.com, where you can use our tools to make right decisions, and you can also brainstorm what is changing and how you can get prepared for your career, right? And it is free of cost. Thank you for everyone who has subscribed this video. It means a lot to me, and please continue to support me and my YouTube channel and MHUTS.com. It means a lot. Thanks. Fourth mistake to avoid, and this is very important: building the right network. Yes, you heard me right. Building the right network is a win or lose game in 2026 and beyond. If your network or people you are surrounded with is like energy draining, toxic, or time consuming, or costing you a lot of money, then I think you should think about your network very strongly. So the net worth of each individual is being calculated based on the 5 people you spend more time with. So just check who are the 5 people you're spending time with, and that will help you to know your net worth in your future. I know this is controversial, but this is the truth, and there's a lot of data behind it.